Hi guys, this is my first attempt at video recording my lessons. I feel like it would be helpful for you to have them recorded and on Google Classroom in the event that you miss a day or you need to rewatch something because you don't remember what the teaching point was for the day. So here we go. We're going to start a new unit on investigative journalism. Um, you guys, journalists are the most read writers in all of the world. Journalists are the ones writing newspaper articles, they're the one writing the blogs on the internet. They are um, doing newscasts. Like, we watched the examples of the newscast when we started investigating what investigative journalism is. And just information on websites, all of those come from journalists. Journalists have a tool, and it's their writer's notebook, and they write down what they see, observations they make, questions they want to investigate, notes that they have that they want, interviews that they do for people. So your notebook is going to be a huge asset, a huge tool for you. Journalists aren't the only ones that use notebooks. They're only writers that write all their ideas down. In his autobiography, rapper Jay-Z said that everywhere I went, I'd write. If I was crossing a street with my friends and a rhyme came to me, I'd break out my binder, spread it on a mailbox or a lamppost, and write the rhyme before I crossed the street. You're going to want to capture your ideas in your notebook and capture what you notice. So today, what we're learning is that when you see these small life dramas, you're going to capture the who, what, when, where, and why of this small life drama. We're going to call that the 5 W's: the who, what, when, where, and why. So I recently saw a small life drama that I thought would be perfect for a newscast. I was at Hy-Vee after school, and I see a group of teenagers riding by on their bikes, and one of the kids stayed back and approached a homeless man that was sitting outside of Hy-Vee. And I see him talking to him for a minute, and this kind of got my attention because that's not something typical that you see every day. And the kid opens up his backpack and gets out what appears to be either a granola bar or a protein bar, and he gives it to the guy. And he also gives him a fresh bottle of water out of his bag. And I just thought that this was perfect for a news story or an investigative journalism article because the kid, went out of his way to be kind to a stranger. So I wrote an introduction sentence that's going to really kind of state the who, what, when, where, and why of my story. I wrote it down. I'm going to have to read it. Last evening, a Springfield teenager hopped off his bike near Hy-Vee and approached a homeless man. So that's giving you the who, the what, where he's located. He's in Springfield. And the why, because he's going to talk to this homeless guy. So just make sure that you're including these in your story. Now, for the active engagement piece of this lesson, what you need to do today is I created a YouTube list. I assigned it in Google Classroom. Hopefully, they're not all blocked. I want you to watch one of these videos, and you're going to practice writing the story like a narrative, like the beginning of a newscast or the beginning of an investigative journalism article. And when you write this, I want you to really capture the who, what, when, where, and why of the story. Now, some of these YouTube videos are just like security footage of something. So you don't really know specifically who the who is or necessarily like where they are. But for the sake of just this practice, you could make it up. The where could even be in a garage, a teenager in a garage or something along those nature. It could be a little general. It doesn't have to be super specific if you don't know the details. But you do want to try and capture the who, what, when, where, and why. Today and every day, every time you're writing an investigative journalism article, this is something we're going to need to do every day. So I'm looking forward to reading what you write.